So the first one we're going to talk about is igneous. And igneous essential kit. Again, there's 12 of them. They're just like the minerals in that they have the key. They have a key pasted here and a key with information here. And so it makes it easier. These are made for the teacher that knows more of their rocks, but you can certainly find them or number them yourself before you give them out to kids. We have other kits that are bigger specimens and numbered so that they don't get as easily confused. But it's easy to look and figure out. Some of them are similar, but if you look hard enough, like these two sort of look the same. But you can definitely see by looking at the picture that these are bigger crystals and smaller crystals. All right, so let's talk about igneous, how it's formed. That's the next slide. Igneous is formed in 2 different environments. One is intrusive and one is extrusive. And as you look at these rocks, you will see that, as I said, this one has smaller crystals. This one has a little larger crystals. It looks more speckled. Here, we'll do it this way because you can certainly see it better, right? These are larger crystals. These are the smaller crystals. So as you look at this one had a longer time to form these crystals. So that one is an intrusive, would be an example of an intrusive igneous rock. This one, because it has small crystals, it means that it cooled very, very quickly and the crystals didn't have time to grow or to solidify into crystals. That would be an example of the extrusive igneous rock formation. Okay, so next slide. This is, I tried to find a classification system to help you understand how to identify these igneous rocks and how they're actually, how normal geologists can identify them. And as you look at things, there's a couple of things actually in the igneous that's cool, is people will be amazed at how light the igneous rocks are, because some of them have basically trapped air. The pumice and the scoria are very light, and so that'll be a disconnect to kids. When you say, pick up this rock and it's really light, they'll have to explain why is it light versus a dense rock. So give them 2 of them. Give them an obsidian and a scoria and tell them what environment do you think it was formed in, and make them think a little bit about the creation of those rocks. We don't think about rocks growing, but once upon a time they sort of have to grow in a different way than what we normally think growth is. So if you look at this, the biggest difference with igneous and with igneous rocks is is mafic. So I'll go back to my pumice and my scoria. So a mafic rock is dark, and a felsic rock is light. So these are about as far apart from each other as you can get as far as those classifications. And then you'll have grays and different variations of color in between. As they look at these igneous rocks, they have to think about that they were melted. So are you going to find fossils in this rock? Probably not, because they've been melted and they've just hardened again. Some of them fast, some of them slow. Also, when you look at the rocks versus the minerals, a lot of times you'll be able to pick out the individual crystals that are in there, and you can see that there's white crystals and gray crystals and how they're made up of different minerals. So the gray mineral is one thing, the white mineral is another thing. And that's how they make the jump from minerals to rocks. All right, that is igneous. Oh, and the collection is listed right there as to which ones are included in the set.